Hello, it's great to see you again. Happy Thursday. I asked you yesterday, as my sibling in Jesus Christ, brothers and sisters together, you and I, if you're touching your power, if you're in touch with that, and you're using it, whatever that power is, to extricate sin from your life, from your relationships, from the system in which we live. You see, Jesus made us with the capacity for that extrication, right? To take sin and open it up. And all you have to do really, right, is you just pull the pieces apart and you shine the light of truth in there. And, we can argue about what truth is, but if it's not based on love and it's not based on respect for someone else, it's not based on dignity and possibility and magnification of their souls, well, then it's not true. If it's meant to hurt or abuse or put down or set aside, it's not true. Right? We're people of light. Right? Light is inspiriting within us. We get that from Jesus all through the Gospel of John. We find ourselves still with the man born blind who was given his sight by Jesus, right? To see, and not necessarily just with his eyes, right? But with his heart, right? That Jesus gives us the light in our heart to see, sees. And we get into that right now. Chapter 9, verse 35. Jesus heard that they, the Pharisees, had driven the man born blind out of the temple. And when he found him, he said, "Do you believe in the Son of Man?" And the man answered, "And who is he, sir? Tell me, so that I may believe in him." So you see what's going on right there, don't you? You see when he says to Jesus, "Tell me and I will believe in him." He doesn't understand what Jesus is talking about regarding the Son of Man. Right? That's a very interesting concept that we find in the 12th chapter of the book of Daniel in the Old Testament. But what we do see is he trusts Jesus. You tell me who this is, and I will believe in him. Why? Because I believe in him? No. Because I know about the Son of Man? No. It's because I know about you. And you have loved me, and you've changed my life. I believe in you. Tell me then, and I will trust you. You see, we have the same opportunity, you and I. Jesus loves us, and he guides us in the truth of our life. Tell me. And Jesus says to him, verse 37, Jesus says to him, "You have seen him, and the one speaking with you is he." So Jesus said, "Here I am. I'm the Son of Man." And the man born blind says, "Lord, I believe." And he worshipped Jesus. And Jesus said, "I came into the world for judgment, so that those who do not see may see, and those who do see may become blind." So that's hard, right? Because Jesus came to give sight to each one of us. And he also came that because of who he is and the challenge that is to who I am and my freedom and my significance and my power in and of itself, measured against Jesus, is either something that I have to stand solid in so as not to lose myself, or to give myself away to the greater reality of who Jesus is. And so that's the challenge, because we only really know ourselves when we give ourselves away. We are utterly blind unless we see the reality of God. And if we don't like the reality of God that we see, we become more blind. And Jesus comes into the world to give us that choice. It's a choice, right? And the irony or the difficulty or the paradox, I don't know what it is, of seeing God and moving towards God means we both give away ourselves and find the fullness of ourselves simultaneously. Right? So I'd like that for you. I'd like that for your life. That's what we study here in the Gospel of John, that the more you give away your life to God, the more you find yourself. So we'll read on. Verse 40. So some of the Pharisees near Jesus heard this, and they said to Jesus, "Surely we are not blind, are we?" And Jesus says to them, "If you were blind, you would not have sinned. But now that you say, 'We see,' your sin remains." Extraordinary paradox, right? If you were blind, you would not have made the mistake of the arrogance and the pride and the self-centeredness, right? And your own control of your own destiny. Jesus knows that's not true. Our destiny only finds its reality in the presence of God. Anything else, anything less, ends in dirt in the ground. We were not made for dirt in the ground. We are spiritual beings having a human existence, not human beings having a spiritual existence, because that has an end date, and our spiritual life does not. Our souls soar eternally, but only as we step into the reality of that flow. So here's my question to you. What's something that you can do today that puts you in the flow of God? What is something that gives yourself away in order to be more authentically who you are? It's worth giving some thought to, I hope. Maybe pray about it. I'm praying for you. You are in my heart. I love you. Peace upon your souls.